Hello, everyone. My name is Hugh Xuecheng Liu from City University of Hong Kong School of Creative Media. Today, I'm happy to share a study with you. The title is Call for Critical and Speculative Design in Human-Computer Co-Creativity. These are the authors of this study. So first is me. I'm a postdoc, and I do research on mobile games and technology in creativity. And next, we have Yuxuan Huang. She's a PhD candidate, and she does research on generative artificial intelligence and design. And we also have Dr. Jussi Holopainen. He's an associate professor, and he does research on game design patterns and speculative design and interaction design. In today's presentation, I want to cover 5 aspects of our study. So let's start with the background. Human-computer co-creativity. We try to define it as a collaboration between human and computational technology to study and enhance human creativity. And we already know it's there in non-interactive media and interactive media. And we think it's a good time to reflect on human-computer co-creativity. Why? Because, well, in practice, we already have recent products very popular among the public, like the ChatGPT. And there are some issues about this human-computer co-creativity because academic honesty or unemployment or even the existential threat of artists and creative professionals. And on the other side, we have research about co-creativity in the previous decades. So we think, well, from the both sides is a good time to reflect. And our study wants to boost such a reflection on human-computer co-creativity and starting from the research about co-creativity we already have. And we have 2 questions to answer. First, what's the well-defined research directions in the current literature of human-computer co-creativity? And specifically, what's the role of design in the literature? And why design? Well, we think human-computer co-creativity is a kind of collaboration, right? And we think it already implies some design artifacts and interactions. So that's why we're interested in design. And to answer these 2 questions, we use this systematic literature review, and we collect data about human-computer co-creativity literature from the database. And we do bibliometric analysis and topic modeling using this Latent Dirichlet Allocation method. So first, we collect data. We need to determine the search strings to get the literature. And we read through this literature about human-computer co-creativity to get a first general impression, right? And we have 10 perspectives and 4 topics from the reading. And we have, so 10 by 4, namely 40 search strings, like co-creativity plus computational creativity. And we use these 40 search strings to database of Web of Science and Scopus to get the data, get the papers. And these 2 databases are used because they are well-used and well-examined academic database. And we try to make the search comprehensive and balanced in different disciplines. So we have 1,000 results, and we next filter them through the criteria. We have 2 inclusion criteria and 4 exclusion criteria to finalize the dataset. And we finally have 916 records, namely 916 papers on human-computer co-creativity we already have, and with the full text of these papers. So next, we do the bibliometric analysis. Namely, we look at the title, author, keywords, and other bibliometric data of these 916 papers on co-creativity. And well, bibliometric analysis is good to get a brief overview of this co-creativity literature, but it's little about the detailed and the specific content of these papers, of these studies, right? So next, we use this topic modeling method. It's a natural language processing method on the large text database. So we've tried to find the recurring word patterns, namely the topic in the human-computer co-creativity literature we already have. And we use this LDA method because, well, it's one of the frequently used and well-examined methods, and it's very mature, and we have 2 books at hand. So here is the workflow of the LDA topic modeling. So we get the full text of these 916 articles of human-computer co-creativity, and we do pre-processing, like removing the punctuations and other meaningless expressions, and we build backup words, namely we determine the unit of analysis of this large text database, and we try 8 topic numbers, and therefore we have 5 by 8, namely 40 models. We try different settings, 40 settings to represent the current literature base of co-creativity, and we have the results, and we go through the results. So here is a summary of the research workflow. We collect data, we filter them, and we find full text, and we do the bibliometric and topic modeling analysis. So first, we can find this annual scientific production, namely how many papers on human-computer co-creativity are published each year. So we can say the number is increasing and faster and faster. And here is like how many citations each paper get in each year. So it's almost the same, get increasing. So we may say the research on human-computer co-creativity is getting popular these years. And the trend topics here are the frequently appeared expressions in the abstracts of the co-creativity literature. So we can find most of them are about technology, like deep learning and machine learning. And we have interaction and creativity, but well, only small part of the trend topics, and we don't have design at this phase. Here is a concept co-occurrence network, namely the concept appeared in the abstracts of these papers and their relationship. So you can see the network is almost dominated by technology-oriented terms like artificial intelligence and machine learning. Again, we have creativity and computational creativity, but they only have a small part of this network, and well, it's not the center of the network, right? And now we can look at the full text, the LDA topic modeling of the co-creativity literature. As I mentioned, we have 40 models. We tried 40 times to represent this co-creativity literature. And we find in all these 40 models, technology is the dominant topic most papers belong to. And we have design in all the models, but design is underrepresented compared with other topics. So here is one example. This is the Unibigram 15 topics model. Namely, we determine the analysis of co-creativity literature. The large text database can be, the unit can be one single word or two words together. And we say, well, there are 15 topics here, and we use the machine learning to train the model to get the model. And we notice the topic 13 has the most pieces of papers, and this topic is about technology. So most papers on co-creativity are about technology. And design is the top representative word of topic 5, and it appeared together with 2 in topic 13 and system in topic 5. And if we look at this design topic, the topic 5, the representative word is design, process, designer, and system. And the representative paper of design are like generative design and design system and design algorithm and design technique. So we may say the design topic of co-creativity itself is also technology-oriented. And here I show you the 15 topics of the current human-computer co-creativity literature we find. And we have design here, as I mentioned, but design is only one part of the 15 topics. And next, we do a manual analysis of the design topic. So in 40 models, we have topics of design, right? And namely, the design is the top 3 representative words. So we find the top 20 papers of these topics, design topics, and we put them together to remove duplications, and we have 100 papers. And we all 3 authors read through these 100 papers, and we find there are 5 themes emerge from the design topics. And one of them is the number 5, speculative or critical design. We only have 3 papers. So here are the 3 papers, and we noticed, well, only 1 paper specifically focused on the speculative or critical design in computational creativity. And well, we may say speculative design and critical design is also underrepresented in the design topic. And we also do some follow-up inquiries of speculative and critical design in co-creativity. We use these 4 search strings in the database, Scopus and Web of Science, and we only get these results, 2 new results. So one is about design and speculation through our philosophical approach, and next is a poetic method inspired by speculative and critical design. And we also do some search in Google Scholar using these search strings, and we only have 5 papers related. So now we may answer the 2 research questions we proposed at the beginning. Well-defined research directions. Current research directions of human-computer co-creativity falls in the category of technology, especially about generative adversarial networks and other broader technology like machine learning or neural networks. And what's the role of design? Well, first, design is there. Design appeared in multiple topics, but compared with technology, design only takes a small part of the literature of our research on co-creativity. And the current discussion of design itself is also technology-oriented, and speculative and critical design are rare in human-computer co-creativity. So we think this underrepresentativity of design in our co-creativity research may be a problem because, well, we already have design in practice, but design in research is scarce. And why is a problem? Because it's a missing of middle ground. Well, on the one hand, we have discussion on the impact of co-creativity, like the utopia or dystopia, but that's too general and abstract. And we also have concrete and technology-oriented research on co-creativity, but like they propose optimized algorithm or new solutions, technology solutions, but they are not necessarily talk about the impact of co-creativity. So we think if we try to understand the bigger impact of co-creativity system, we need a middle ground here to make some concrete examples of design in different settings to raise the awareness and the dialogue of co-creativity and their impacts. Therefore, we call for this research through critical and speculative design. So research through design is an approach where we make design artifacts to use it to for research to answer research questions, and we can explore possible effects or impacts of co-creativity in a more concrete way. And critical design is using design to challenge our assumptions of how co-creativity objects can fit into our human world. And speculative design is using design to think about different futures. We don't just look at what's possible right now in a technology or cultural way, but we think about different futures maybe created by co-creativity designs and settings. And for the future work, we want to make some co-speculation workshops because it's one of the collaborative methods with speculative design practice, and we discuss design fictions about human-computer co-creativity. One of our work in progress is like how generative AI would change the co-creation in the next 10 to 15 years, like how filmmakers or directors would use generative AI to design stories. So in conclusion, in this study, we use bibliometric analysis and the LDA topic modeling on the 916 research articles on human-computer co-creativity we already have. And we find this field is currently dominated by technology-oriented research. And well, although we have design in these topics, in this literature, but design itself is also technology-oriented. And we lack critical speculations on the impact of co-creativity systems, human-computer co-creativity. Therefore, we call for more critical and speculative design research on human-computer co-creativity to boost the reflection on the impact of co-creativity. Yeah, that's my presentation. Thank you.